know what you're thinking? How have we managed to get 283 horsepower from this engine using a standard M45 supercharger, no water and meth, and just pump fuel? Now, that's only half of it. You'd be surprised to know that we're actually only using an 11% charger pulley on this car. Keeping the supercharger speed down and reducing the intake temps is absolutely crucial for this car. This car is used for a Castle Combe race series, and anyone that's raced at Castle Combe before knows that this circuit is an engine circuit. No good having 283 horsepower if after 2 laps things got massive heat soak and you're down 220. So Ollie, who owns this car, he enlisted us to basically get him more power, to help with him try and win the championship this year with this car. Now, he did very well last year in this car, but he knows his competitors are stepping up, they're up in the game, so he's doing the same. Now, to achieve this sort of power level from this engine, it's all in the cylinder head. And pictures that you're going to see shortly are the work we've had done with Damaco engines. Include exhaust valves, intake valves, valve springs, seats, guides, and a Newman Phase 4 cam. So the head has had absolutely everything done to it to help this engine breathe. Now, what we actually saw on our flow bench was a 30% increase in flow on the exhaust side alone. It's actually not lost any power at all in the lower RPM. So that is going to keep the engine tractable. You know, even if he's in the wrong gear coming out of the corner, he's still got the torque he had there before in the lower RPM. So yeah, there's absolutely virtually no negative to having this kind of setup now. So just more power, 5,000 RPM onwards. If he keeps it up there above 7, this engine's got a huge amount of power. Now, we have done a few modifications at the bottom end, and that is purely just so this thing can live on a race circuit and the RPM can stay, you know, around 8,000 RPM and everything survive. Even with a standard bottom end on these engines, you know, if you rev it to 7.2, 7.3, this thing is still making 270 horsepower. So yeah, for anyone looking to go to that next level with one of these engines, this cylinder head modification is an absolute must as far as we're concerned. And this amount of power is really going to help Ollie try and get to the top of his championship this year. So yeah, we'll attach a link to this cylinder head on our web shop shortly, and yeah, keep an eye out for it, and keep an eye out for Ollie. If you're racing in the same series as him, I feel a little bit sorry for you, because this thing is going to be very, very quick.